Hey, what's going on, guys? Battle Nation's Emperor here, back today for another video, and today we're discussing an update on PvP as well as General Madrona's Fight a Friend in Battle Nations. So, for anybody who needs a brief recap, last week we made a video announcing the first ever community PvP tournament since Madrona has returned. Something I was very excited for, still am very excited for, and man did it take off. Got a lot of stuff to talk about it, want to get into it, along with, of course, the first bracket and announcing what's going on with PvP in general. So, as I stated, we of course did last week the video announcing a PvP tournament, and while I already knew it was probably going to be pretty popular, I had no clue it was going to be filled up within the hour of that video going live. We needed 32 players to fill out an application, put it in, and then say they want to fight. And we got 32 people and then some. So from the bottom of my heart, for everybody who submitted an application or who was interested in joining this, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. And I know we are about to have an amazing PvP tournament. So unfortunately, we are no longer accepting applications just because we got flooded. And I mean, even with the 32 people we have, if we were to live stream it and assuming every single one, again, took 5 minutes, it would end up being over 5 hours, probably closer to 6 or 7, considering that people, would of course have slight delays, back and forth, and everything of the sort like that. So it is going to be a massive, massive strain. But first thing I do want to announce is round 1 will be private because of that factor. Don't worry, of course, the semifinals and especially the final fight or so, we will be streaming live. Of course, me and Battle Nations Lee, the co-host of this PvP tournament. So of course, please be around to tune into that. It is going to be an awesome thing. But yeah, first thing is round 1 will not be broadcasted. Battle Nations Lee and I will get together and of course review some of the cooler matches, still of course live stream it, have some fun, but we're not going to stream the entire thing because we don't want people in round 1, readying up and then having to wait 4 hours before, they're, out at the very end, or having to, ready up and then, having to do something and then maybe having to non-ready up. It would just be a super pain, especially if we were going to do multiple hours. It would just be insane. So to simplify that a little bit more, what we are going to do is simply have round 1 be pre-recorded by everybody, monitor their fights, and then once it's done, Lee and I will get together and we'll make a super cool comp discussing it, everything in Battle Nations and just of the sort. Now, along with that, I do unfortunately want to announce the PvP Fight a Friend delay. So, as you guys may have known in the past few videos, a lot of them now, every time we've mentioned PvP, we've given that deadline of end of June, because initially that was ideally when Fight a Friend was going to be released, and then sometime later in the summer we were going to get full-on PvP. That has unfortunately changed. We are now looking at Fight a Friend coming sometime in July, probably around the second week, which if that's the case, that would be awesome because that would be for my and this channel's birthday, and we could probably line up the PvP tournament with that, which would be awesome. But what's not awesome is the fact that it was delayed. But it was delayed for a very good reason. Server version 2. So for anybody who doesn't know, Battle Nations, of course, has been rebuilt from the ground up by Madrona. It has been a lot of hard work, and one of the things they've been working on is getting their own full-on server for, dang, that heavy hurts. But besides that heavy hurting, we of course are discussing server version 2. This is the whole post if anybody wants to go ahead and read it, but in short, you can beta test for it. If you beta test for it, you will get free nanopods. However, it is not required, and please keep in mind while you're beta testing, none of the progress will be saved. So, this, of course, is the main priority as it affects the entire game. PvP was put on the back burner, and I'm okay with that. They even mentioned in the post if this server testing goes well, they should be able to hit the July 2nd mark, which would be awesome. We still get it in summer, and then maybe sometime August, September, we get full-on PvP. That's just me extrapolating, not really knowing, but that would be my best guess. So, just want to, of course, state that as well. We will be getting PvP later on, unfortunately. However, we will still certainly be doing the PvP tournament as scheduled, on time and everything. We still want to do it as early as possible, so imagine the 2nd or 3rd week of July, maybe if they release it at the beginning of the week or sometime in the middle of the week. Madrona traditionally doesn't really release updates during that time period, but if they do, we of course will be there, and we'll try to have it the very next weekend or Friday or whenever you guys of course would be down for it. We'll figure out what would ever get the most people of course available to watch it, and whoever is available to fight for round 1. And finally, I just want to discuss kind of the state of the game and PvP in general. Really, I think a lot of people would say we're in a content drought. I'm kind of feeling that too. I'm really excited though about all the stuff going on version 2. Even PvP with it getting delayed, it's for a very good reason. It's for better servers overall. And they've been working on it since 2024, December of 2024, but still coming up on 2 years now, which is insane. So very glad to have it done with, have it out of the woodworks, and now finally we can focus on getting PvP back the last little bit to level 70 and just having full-on battle nations back. At that point, we'll have to, of course, do balance changes, maybe fix up, I guess, some of, the online multiplayer aspects of it, like fight a friend, PvP, and then battle nations is back, and we're looking at brand new content. Of course, I mention them every video now, but of course, the diamond and plasma tank, brand new Madrona content. Maybe they could tie up, of course, the campaign. What was Ash talking about to Morgan in his dying breath? What are some of the characters? Is Karen and Perkins still a thing? Is Cassidy and Lieutenant Ramsey still a thing? Combine the two, but still, a lot of questions. I can't wait to see it. Let me know in the comments down below. Besides PvP, what are you hoping for back next? Are you hoping for another level cap increase and we can finally get to max level? Are you wanting new storylines? What are you most excited for? Me personally, it's definitely PvP. I'm glad we're getting it back. And then it's really boss strikes. I hope, and as I of course talked about in the first ever Imperial hot takes, I hope when we get boss strike back, they are basically just what we left them off as. Nothing crazy, nothing too much changed, but if we could just get boss strikes back and have them be what they were, that would be perfect in my opinion. Not saying we will, but if we do, that would be perfect. And yeah, that will just about do it for us. Again, just wanted to talk. I am so unbelievably excited for this PvP tournament. Of course, all updates will be continued to give below in the Battle Nations official Empire Discord, our Empire Discord, if you want to keep updated. And I'll, of course, make videos periodically if big developments happen. But the biggest one to note is round 1 will not be streamed. I'll have a showcase stream of Battle Nations Lee and I going over some of the cool fights, whatnot like that. If you're a Battle Nations creator or somebody from a small guild, please still let us know, and we would love to maybe try to work you in or have you in as a substitute if somebody else doesn't go. For people who have already joined from the big guilds, thank you so much. Morgan's Mammoth, Goodfellas, Hellstone Corp, The Guild, all of the rest of you guys, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate the heck out of you. Some of you I can't even pronounce because they're in French and German. I don't want to butcher your beautiful languages, but I want to thank everybody who's competed. And if you're from a smaller guild, or again, if like I said, you're a creator, I would love to feature you in kind of like either a substitute match or an exotic match. We have 2 creators go against each other. If they have some beef and both agree to it, I would love to show off those as like some special battles. Or if you're, from a smaller guild, you really want to represent, I would love to try to get you in there to represent your smaller guild. Just let us know. And guys, that will just about do it for us. Thank you so much for checking out this Battle Nation video. I greatly appreciate you. If you enjoyed it, please consider dropping a like down below, subscribing to the channel if you are new. Of course, if you need a guild, you are more than welcome to join the Empire, linked in the description down below. We have competitive and casual guilds for all players, no matter where you are on your Battle Nation journey. We have a spot for you in the Empire if you need a guild. And guys, that truly is it. Looking over another one of our bases, been trying to show off, of course, a lot more unique bases, and gonna do it as we go this extended outro. Thank you so much, and as always, have a great rest of your day.